Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and we're here for a very seldom episode of Conversations with a Corgi. I've had to take a week off from Facebook because I got so mad at them. They won't let me share what I do here, even with my other page, let alone with myself, let alone with, Corgi Nation. So, and it started when I did the episode on natural flea and tick repellent, which makes me really mad because I really care about dogs, and I really care about Bravecto killing dogs and NexGard, and I really want to be able to share that information because when I go to dog school now, people are starting to be able to talk to me because this young man's being a slightly less snarky creature. And people want to know, people's dogs. I mean, my friend Karen's dog is up in Saratoga, New York area, actually north of there. And her little guy just has Lyme disease for the first time in his life from the ticks. And, people really have some needs to learn this kind of stuff. And it's really bugging me that Facebook won't let me share it even with myself. And I don't know what's wrong with Facebook. Facebook, I'm so mad at you. And they are super mad at my sister and a lot of other people for internet CBD talk, sales, etc. But you know what? There are some really big problems on Facebook, and dogs getting natural flea tick and repellent is not one of them. So Facebook, get with the program. You know what? Know the difference between sharing good information and, starting some talk in a high school of some terrible thing that might happen. So anyway, with that being said, let's move on. So I went to another public event last Saturday. I did not bring my dog because it was raining and cold and very muddy because it has been raining here every freaking day for over a month until today. And it's supposed to rain this evening, so I can't even count today out yet. So Facebook has been missing with one of my favorite dog pages. See? Same thing, Danny. It might even be the page that I know, holistic, something for dogs and cats, holistic healing, holistic health for dogs and cats. They've had trouble. Anyway, Corgi Nation seems to always be fine. I love them. But and for one day, like 14 days ago, I couldn't even share anything from myself to my pages. I mean, that's just ridiculous. If I can't even share my own stuff with myself, what good is it? So, and they've made it much harder to do lives. You have to log in like 500 different ways than you used to, and they've kind of shut down one of the apps that made it easier. I mean, I don't know. Everything's always changing. Keeps us flexible. So anyway, I went to this outdoor event with a parade, a long parade, not with bands and floats and screaming. It was mostly like church groups, school groups. There were some people on motorcycles. That was at the very beginning of the parade. And, like the town council people from different towns, different groups holding a banner and walking. Pretty quiet parade. And yet, because this draws 5,000 plus people to our town, lots of people, including, there was even some dog groups, like a dog rescue group or something in the parade. But lots of the dogs, I would say more than half of the dogs in the parade were highly stressed, straining at their leashes, panting. I mean, it was not hot, so they were panting from stress. And their people were completely oblivious. When you bring your dog to an event, you need to really assess whether you're doing this for the dog. Is he going to have a good time, or am I doing this for me? Or because I can't get home to let him out in 2 hours or whatever. So we saw a lot of dogs that were not happy, which of course that accumulated stress adds up for me. And this is the same place where I saw a person with a service dog, a Labrador, very big lady in an electric wheelchair, making a Labrador in a prong collar pull her out of a mud puddle. It's two dogs traveling. They support a lot of dog shelters. Oh, that's a different group than I know, Danny. But still, terrible that Facebook is making dog sites a mess, because lots of these places rely, and that might be one of them, on their Facebook page to like set up dog transport and dog adoptions. Like right now, if anybody knows anybody that has a long-haired Chihuahua in rescue, my friend is desperately looking for one. So anyway, and then we get over to the end of the parade, which is a whole thing with a show for like an hour. and it's muddy and lots of people are walking. And so there's, Labradoodles and Poodle Goldens are super popular. So many of them have mud up to their bellies, even when they're tall, and they just look miserable. Imagine being a dog and just wanting to lay down while your person's standing there for an hour watching something, and you can't because there's cold, wet mud. So you lay down anyway, and then you get up, and now you're a mess. And of course, we all know where that leads, baths. And then, you've got to take that muddy, wet dog home in your car and then either wash him outside in the cold rain, which was about 45 degrees at that point, or get him inside your house. So it was a disaster. And once again, I saw dogs in harnesses that didn't fit, dogs kind of limping because their person was dragging them by one of those front attachment harnesses and pulling them sideways and talking to their friend without noticing what they were doing to their dog. So it just makes me think again, when we do things with our dogs, and I'm sure no one watching this are these people, do you ask the dog what they want to do? Do you see if they want to come? When I went to dog school a couple weeks ago, my little pal Kate the Corgi wasn't there. And I said, "Oh, where's Kate? I miss her." And her person nicely said, "Kate didn't feel like coming today. She was on the front porch watching her world, and she just said, nope, I don't feel like coming." To honor that is a brilliant thing for a dog person. And actually, Kate hasn't come in 2 weeks because she really likes to sit on her front porch and watch the world go by. Who wouldn't? Tristan likes to go to dog school, and we only go every other week. And now he's kind of got that in his head, like it's been a long time. I guess we're going when he sees certain things packing up and he gets excited. And, he loves doing agility. He's not such a fan of rally at dog school, but he likes rally in general. So, and today there's a Corgi meetup in Connecticut, an hour and a half from here. And maybe 20 Corgis go, and it's in a dog park so they can be off the leashes. And I'm really questioning whether Tristan wants to do this. It's not a great day. It's been muddy. He's going to get filthy. That goes without saying. There will be a dog hazmat situation in the back of the car to get him home. So anyway, I don't know if we're going to go, but even something like that seems fun for you and your dog, you got to think about it. Like, he's so precious to me too. I don't know these dogs. They look like they were all playing really happily. Nobody looked as snarky as my kid. And there's a thing in the Corgi world that Corgi bitches are bitches. I don't know that that's necessarily true, more for Corgis than other breeds, and Tristan likes the ladies. He doesn't have a problem with the ladies. So, and he's gotten along great with all the Corgis at other meetups. So I'm going to have to really think long and hard about whether I'm going to bring him to this event today. See how he's feeling, see what the weather's like. An hour and a half is enough drive to give me pause to think about it, because that's 3 hours in the car for 2 hours of Corgi fun. But, I'm very addicted to Corgis, so 2 hours of Corgi fun is a lot of fun for me. So when it's Memorial Day and there are parades and things, think twice about bringing your dog out for events that are great for humans, family barbecues and stuff. What's the situation going to be like there? Are they in a town like where my sister is? Like 4th of July is a huge thing. So a barbecue in her yard on 4th of July at like 2 o'clock with a parade and all the noise and the park across the street could be too much for a lot of dogs. So that might be one you want to skip. But if you're going to grandma's house in the backyard and it's peaceful and pleasant on Memorial Day or Mother's Day today, because tomorrow's supposed to be raining, bring your dog if it's going to be pleasant and it's safe for him to be in the yard and he likes the people there and the other dogs there. But if it's not a good situation, for instance, if I were to be going into a city for something and the apartment's small, maybe they have other dogs, I wouldn't bring Tristan. He wouldn't have fun in that situation, and I wouldn't either, because I'd be worried about making sure him and the other dogs didn't get too squashed up in a closed space where Tristan, who's trying to get to his mother, freaks out because he can't get by some big dog to come to me. So think about your dog when you're deciding where to bring him and whether he's going to have a good time. That goes for rides in the car. A person I work with was saying last week how she thinks, I guess when her dog was younger, he's like 14, 13 now, a pointer. And he used to like to go for rides in the car with his dad. Well, of course, Dad would get treats in the bank for him and ice cream in the summer. But he's an older guy now. His dad has crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So the mom tries to take him out for a little ride, and he freaks out. And he somehow got caught in the brake and the gas pedal of the car while it was parked because he was panicking and got his collar caught. And I guess, he panics a lot when she's not in the car with him. And I said, geez, do you think you want to maybe think about bringing him home? And she's like, I've already made that decision. I said, why am I even bringing him? He's not having fun. I worry about him. And I thought he wanted to ride in the car. And I said, you know what? If you want to take him for a ride, just throw him in the car, drive him around the block twice, bring him home. And dogs like that. We might not think that's fun, but dogs like that. So she said, oh, yeah, I'll do that, because she's trying to do things to make him happy, because he has had a pretty hard time with the loss of his dad. So when you're doing things for your dog, think about if your dog's really enjoying it and pay attention. If he's panicking and nervous and stressed and needing to get a bath and a lot of stuff he doesn't like as a result of where you're bringing him, maybe you should leave him home. What do you think, Tristan? Do you want to go play with the corgis? Do you want to go to see the Connecticut corgis? He says, as long as you don't bring home an extra corgi, we're all good. So thanks for joining us today. I don't know when we'll be back. I am at my educator job Monday, Wednesday this coming week. I've added another day. That's infrequent. So I might be here tomorrow. And what is this? The softness are people about using well water. Oh, good question. I'll read that. Maybe we'll talk about that. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys maybe tomorrow and Tuesday. Bye-bye.